Do you think he
He
says
was
that's
so
the one he's
incredible.
most proud of?
I don't think people really knew Tommy Lee that well then, and they don't realize
But
what
he
a
really,
brilliant job he did.
He says, it wasn't my movie, that was Sissy's movie. That was Loretta Lynn's movie and all that
No,
stuff like that.
he was brilliant.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. We were talking about how Tommy Lee Jones said the other day that Coal Miner's Daughter was, he thought, the best movie that he ever did, and he's done a lot of movies since then. And I said, well, that was a good Tommy Lee Jones movie. He said, nope, that was a Sissy Spacek, Loretta Lynn movie, not my movie.
Oh, that was a Loretta Lynn movie. That was a Loretta Lynn, Doolittle Lynn movie. Tommy Lee was great in that. My performance would have been nothing if it hadn't been for him.
Is
We
that,
had a
do you feel the
real-
same way about that movie that he does?
Yeah.
That that's your most special movie?
Yeah. I had the most fun making that, and you know, Badlands was a film that was a real turning point. It was an important film in my career, but those two, Coal Miner's Daughter and Badlands, are the two that really changed things for me.
Was Coal Miner's Daughter a performance for you that you felt like, you know, like maybe a baseball analogy, that you connected really good and hit the ball over the fence?
You know, we worked so hard on that. We did it in 9 weeks and doing all the music live and moving to so many different locations that we never slowed down enough
To think.
to think. When it was over, we were just sad because Tommy Lee and I both loved being those characters so much, and we knew that that was it. We couldn't be them anymore, or we would be put in the loony bin.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stop being Loretta. It was terrible.
It's always interesting when movies come along that are special, you know. Sometimes it's just a job, and then sometimes it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, that was definitely a labor of love, and it was because Loretta is such an incredible, amazing character, such a great person.
You seem to be working a lot again. Am I
Well,
getting
my
that?
kids are getting a little bit older.
So Mom can leave the house
They're wanting
now?
me to get lost now. Yeah.
Because you were hanging out in Virginia, just pretty much staying home for a while.
Well, now my oldest daughter's 17, and my youngest daughter will be 11 on Tuesday. So they're one's taller than me, and the other one is coming up fast.
With all the people you've ever worked with or met, you know, or been to the Oscars with and all this kind of stuff, who's the biggest movie star you ever met? Like the movie star that, like, whoa, man or woman, that you were in awe of?
Gregory Peck, probably. Gregory
Yeah,
Peck
he's certainly
and,
one of mine. He's a force. Charm, just bigger than life.
But you know, it's funny. When you go to those events, I don't go to them enough to become calloused to them. I go and I'm just, you know, I'm ogling. It's bizarre to see people in person that you have seen always on the screen, and so it's as strange for people who make films to see other people they've watched as it is for anyone to see us.
A lot of these big stars today you've caught really very early in their career, like Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
And Tommy Lee Jones is two that really come to mind.
And
now
McNulty.
they've grown up to be big guys.
Great, they're wonderful, wonderfully talented and
Did you see the
wonderful
superstardom coming in Mel Brooks? You think he was going to be a big deal
Mel
someday?
Gibson?
Mel Gibson, yeah, not Mel Brooks. I think they're very similar in character.
Yeah. Who would have thought it? When I met, when I worked with Mel, he only had 3 children, and it was his first American film, and he was shy.
He wasn't a joker back then, was
he? He must have been, but he didn't show us that side of him until much later.
You saw the shy, demure, more
Yeah.
Mel Gibson. That's
But he's a great guy.
Do you sit around every year and say, what am I doing for my career and how I'm going to do stuff, or you just kind of play it by ear?
I just play it by ear. I'm not a big planner. I concentrate on basically I concentrate on my children's lives and on my children. And I feel like, you know, if a part belongs to me, it'll come to me. So far, so good.
No doubt about that. I was saying this movie is one that I couldn't imagine anybody but Richard Farnsworth being that character.
he was born to play this. He
The only
doesn't
other
know
guy I
that,
know-
but he was born to play
I think he was too. But I was telling him, I said, the only person I know that could play it is a country music star. Is George Jones could have played that guy. He could have played that character, I think, if he ever wanted to be an actor. But they're both stubborn and, but you know, determined, and they're men of honor as far as their word as their bond.
He's a great man. It was just a joy to work with him. He's so humble.
You've been so lucky. You've worked with a lot of good people in good situations. You know, some people have a lot of bad situations they've worked in. They make the best of it. But you seem to have had a lot of movies that really were kind of cool just to work on and kind of family and good
You know,
stuff.
it's such a collaboration, and film acting more than stage acting, I think it's about so much about chemistry and collaboration with the other actors and filmmakers involved, and so it can either be an incredibly and all-enveloping wonderful experience, or it can be just terrible, because once you're there, you're there. You gotta finish, and I have been very, very fortunate.
Nice seeing you again. Thank
Nice
you.
seeing you too. It's nice to hear that accent.